Hi, welcome to another video. In a previous video I talked about the reasons why I chose a micro camper and why I thought other people should choose a micro camper, you know, to get away in and everything else. Now, I do stand by all of that because those were my personal choices. Now, remember, that is the thing. It's personal choice. This was best for me. Now, other people sometimes disagree with that, but that's the thing. You can have all your opinions. But I do want to go to the other side of that to say the reasons why you shouldn't go for a micro camper. So in this video, that's what I want to talk about anyway. So let's get inside. As you can see, we're now inside. And I mean, that is the one thing that we really should talk about. The reason not to go for one is space, or let's put it like that, lack of space. Because I mean, as you can see, this is the space that I've got, which isn't that big really. And that is the thing. So that is the one thing not to go for one, is it is cramped. I mean, at the moment, I mean, I've just had a drink, so I've had to have this out, kind of move everything out of your way to get to actually what you want. And yes, you can be creative with your storage, which is what I've done. But again, still, if I want to do one thing, I have to get that out, put that out, and then when I want to do something else, put that away, move that out of the way. I mean, it's like I was just opening the boot just to film the section, and I forgot the pillars were on the end here because I'd been lying down because it's the best way, and one's just gone and fell straight in the mud. That's the thing, is it is just the main reason is space. I mean, like I say, I've got all this camera gear and everything else, so I have to move it all around and things like that. So you know, that is one thing, it is space. But on the opposite of that, it's compact and it can be cozy. I mean, on the same vein of that, of being, you know, a little bit cramped, I mean, in here, like I say, I've got an L-shaped bed, so I've got my feet in like the footwell at the moment. Now, if I wanted to get the bed out, what I've got to do is I have to move this down, this across, pull one bit, pull another bit out, drop one bit down, push it across. And then the worst bit about having a camper of this size is the length, because I haven't got full 6 foot without basically pulling the seats forward and actually turning them so they're upright to actually put another section in there. So having a bigger camper means that the bed may be a little bit easier to actually get out, because I'm just talking from having the experience of a micro camper. Now, getting a bed out in a bigger vehicle you still may have to do different bits and pieces. You're still going to have to pull something out, but it just may be just that little bit easier. I mean, the one thing as well is the amount of people that you can take away. Like I say, this is now a car. It is just a 2-seater car. We've just got the 2 seats in the front, and the bed will actually just about sleep too. So if you wanted to take someone else away, then a micro camper is no good for you at all, because you've only got enough room for 2 people in here. And again, sitting, you know, if one person wants to do one thing, you've got to move over that way, and then they've got to move over this way, and you're juggling yourself around. So again, this is the thing, it always does go back to space, or thereof lack of. Another reason is headroom. I mean, as you can see, I'm sitting up at the moment and my head is just touching the roof. Now again, yes, I could have designed this slightly different with lower benches, so I'd just have a little bit more room, but I designed it around a toilet. Again, if you haven't seen that video about why I chose a micro camper, and if you haven't seen any of the videos that I do on the tips and everything else, have a look, because it will explain a lot of the things that I'm saying in this video. Even if you've got a vehicle that's another 2 inches in height, that just gives you that bit more headroom, and then again, it feels bigger as well. The way I actually designed it inside here, I've got the kitchen unit over here. Now on here, I do have, like, I can just pull out the stove and, you know, do cooking and everything else. Now the one thing that I haven't got is a water supply, as in a sink or a pump or anything like that. I didn't design it with that. And again, yes, there are micro campers with sinks and little water, you know, pumps and everything else. I just didn't do it in this. And you do make sacrifices, especially, like, say, if you want a washing bowl, they are small. I've got a separate washing bowl down here that if I want to wash, you know, up, then that can be done. It's not really a problem. The one problem that I do have is running water. So what I do in here is I've got these 500ml bottles that I fill with water. I've got about 4 of those, because each one of those holds like half a cup of coffee, if you know what I mean. And then I've got 2-litre bottles down there, so I decant them out. Again, if I had a pump system where I'd got like a little sink or anything else, then I wouldn't need to rely, you know, on keep filling these little bottles up. And again, they're in there, so I have to move them away, and when one's finished, it's just empty space going on the cooking area. Like I say, at the moment, like earlier, I just heated up a pasta using this. Well, I've got the kettle, but I've only got one burner, so I have to take the one thing off to get the other thing on. And these I've got right in the corner down in this kitchen unit down here, which then does mean I had to move all the pots and the pans out the way to get this out. Now I have to move, then put them away, then push this back in and take those out, if you know what I mean. It's complicated. It can be a pain. So the problem is like I say, if you do want to cook properly, and again, people do it, and I have done it, and this is the thing, I'm not saying you can't do it in a micro camper, because I do, you know, again, this is, I went for a micro camper, so for me this is absolutely great, but I'm just trying to give you some reasons why not to go for these. Again, this is mainly for people that are actually looking for a camper for the first time or anything like that. I mean, everybody else that's used a camper before, we all know what we actually want. Going back to the water as well, the problem is in this camper like this is actually washing and keeping clean, because you've got like no water, like no proper water, so it does make it a little bit difficult for keeping clean. Again, if you go for a larger camper with like more motorhome size, then you can have a shower and you can have a proper bathroom and a proper toilet. Like in here, I've got the little pull-out toilet here, the cassette toilet, and that does mean if I want to go to the loo, and the missus is here, but you know, she doesn't normally, but if she was, then she's going to have to see me pee or the other. That is the one thing, no privacy. There's the two of you in here. I mentioned it in another video, the creative ways I did storage in here, but again, that is the one thing, you don't have as much storage, and I would like a little bit more storage. The main thing is, like I say, all this camera gear that I have, because I have to, so like I've just been out for a walk to do another video talking about the gear that I actually use. Now I've got a few cameras, which means then I'm sorting out which camera to take, what lenses to take with me, which then means the other ones have to be moved around. Then I would put it in underneath here, but at the moment, I mean, I'm just out for the day, so the toilet isn't in here, so I've got a bit more storage space. But then if I was out and about, it has to be moved all around. And again, that's the thing as well, is I only can have like 1 or 2 spare pairs of clothes. Now again, for me, like again personally, I only go away for 1, maybe 2 nights because of a spinal problem. I can't do it. That's another story. Again, links in description, it'll explain all of that. But it does mean trying to get dressed is the one main thing. You do have to get yourself in some unusual positions to actually get dressed, because remember, you can't stand up. For me personally, it is actually better doing it like this, because I can't always stand up straight and everything else. So again, I'm giving the reasons why not to go for this, but I've gone for it again. So this is the thing, it is all down to individual choice. Whichever you want and what you want in a camper will determine the size that is for you. So, like I say, I can't say that a micro camper is best for someone or a larger camper is best for someone. I can only give you my opinion on the reasons why I went for this and why I think you shouldn't. I mean, the next vehicle I'm going for, yes, I am going for something slightly bigger, only because I want to run one vehicle now. Too expensive running 2 vehicles, and I need one for work. But I just need an extra like 36 inches, maybe 2 foot, if that, at the end, that I can then separate out. That's like a garage area, if you know what I mean, that's separate to the main camper, so I can keep my work stuff in there, because I clean out fish pools for a living, and some of the stuff gets very smelly, so using it in here is not really the best idea. So again, that's the reason I'm going for a large vehicle. But again, I don't want a massive vehicle, because for me personally, I like the compactness, but some people may, especially if you are a little bit claustrophobic. Having a smaller vehicle, you know, a smaller space may mean you do feel a little bit claustrophobic, especially when the bed's out and you've only got this amount of height, you know, that you've got there. And again, if someone else is in with you, you know, that can feel a bit more claustrophobic, because you're right on each other, and that's the thing. So again, I could say I'm waffling now, but again, I can only give you my opinion, and these are my opinions. I just thought I'd share this anyway, because like I say, it was pointed out that there are benefits to a larger camper, and I completely agree. That is the thing, and I said that in the other one. It's each to their own. As well, the one thing is rubbish, you know, like I say, I mean, I've got just an empty packet of the pasty I've just had. Now that's the thing, I don't have a proper bin in here because I don't have space. So for me personally, I just have a little bag, put everything in, and when I'm near a bin, I will put that in there. One thing again, whether you've got a small camper or a large camper, make sure wherever you go, you leave it as you found it, or better, if you do see rubbish, pick it up if you can, because that's the thing, is people with camper vans can get a bad name because some people just leave rubbish everywhere. So again, make sure you take your rubbish home with you, or make sure it's always tidy. So again, anyway, I mean, if you do like this content, because I do put videos out about the camper and about my trips, about the photography, about my health problems, about all different bits and pieces, if you do like it, please like and subscribe and click that bell icon, because it makes sure that you get notified when new videos come out, because these give me the incentive to actually do these videos, because I do enjoy sharing my opinion and everything else. Again, everybody has their own opinion, but anyway, I've got to go because I'm just, like I say, waffling. So anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye for now. Bye.